broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There we go.
I am not here to play nice.
It's so good. I love the music.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Welcome. We are here today doing a concert experience. Of course, not a concert, but we're talking music, and I'm your host, James Lott Jr., here at AFTERBUZZ TV. You can follow me at Black Hope LA on Twitter. That's BLAK, Hope LA on Twitter, and James Lott Jr. everywhere else. And this is the new single by my guest today. It's called Woman. It was released last month.
Yes.
Right, February. So, yes. It's good. There we go.
Tasty treats for your ears.
Go to YouTube and you see the video. The video's really good. She's doing her dancing and everything.
4 styles.
That's right. Okay, so my guest today, homegirl is a working actor, singer, and dancer. She's been around for a long time, and a lot of things she's done I have loved. So I'm so happy to have her here with me today. She's gotten our attention mainly when she first started in a little video by some chick named Missy Elliott. Kind of crazy. And she's went on to do other things like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the Step Up movies, which I love those also, Cheer by the Dozen, which I love that also. And she was the voice of Isabella on Phineas and Ferb. I was so sad when that show ended. I cried. It was crazy. And she has a new single out called Woman, which you just heard right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyson Stoner.
Thank you so much for that fabulous introduction.
I'll just follow you around from now on and give you introductions like that. How's that?
I hope I live up to all of those
You already
titles.
are. You already are, girl. So that was your new single.
Yes.
How excited are you?
I'm thrilled that it's finally out because you know what? I made this song almost 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
True story.
Wow. So what took so long?
Life happens.
Yeah.
And then I think it allowed the space and time, philosophically speaking, for me to grow into the message that it has. Yeah, so I'm grateful for everything I've learned since then, but I'm also so glad that the world can hear it and it's released from my control and my grip.
Yeah. Now, when you first heard the finished product, what were some of the emotions you had when you first heard it?
I was relieved. We had dedicated, my producer Rob Grimaldi and I, hey Rob.
Hey Rob.
We had dedicated so much time and effort into finding the right musicians, finding the right sounds. We had made 40 other songs before it.
Wow.
And we were at the end of a songwriting trip when I said, you know what, I think I need to change my flight and just stay one more day.
Okay.
And miraculous things happened. The $2,000 fee to change flights was waived due to a random storm coming in.
Oh, wow.
And so I got to stay, and I said, I'm going to try meditating. Not something I've done before, but on this creative meditation.
Okay.
And then I did it for 10 minutes, and I came out singing the song. So it's just a cool story. It's a cool experience personally, and it just encapsulates my journey from child to adult,
to woman,
back up to lead, from fearful to empowered. So it's wonderful.
Divine intervention.
Absolutely.
I believe that. I believe in that.
It was really, really powerful.
Yeah, I love when a plan comes together.
Yes, and not a plan that I made.
Exactly.
It unfolded in front of me.
Yeah, that's some of the best plans.
Yes, and I'm finding that I'm being kind of drawn forward into this really beautiful experience of, creative, journey. And so I'm glad that it gets to be documented in art form and shared with everyone.
Well, we're going to talk more about that and some other things, of course, but I have to throw to a clip.
Yes.
Because, I just had to because it's just something that I have to do, and let's roll to it. You can see right there.
I knew it was coming. And that's not my butt.
No.
But this is my face. Hi. Hey there.
So good. I love it.
So little.
Oh, I know, the little baby. But you came so much, and then you did the tribute too. We'll talk about that also. You were the cutest little girl who was just working it out in her video.
I appreciate it. I was just one of 500 kids in the audition room, and I got lucky that day. So
500 kids, really?
Yeah, there's several hundred people on every audition.
Oh my Now, how'd you hear about this? How'd you hear about her video shoot? I mean,
it was honestly kind of a fluke. I wasn't going to go to the audition that my agent submitted me on. We weren't familiar with Missy Elliott, being from Ohio and in a totally different context. And my sisters were like, you know what, actually, it's okay. You know, you can miss my basketball practice. I think it would be cool if she was in a rapper's music video. They're like, all right, fine. Yeah. And then I booked it, and Missy didn't. We didn't know what the song was about.
Yeah, so, there's just stuff, some lyrics. I mean, how old were you at the time?
I was 8. So topically, it kind of shocked my family in Ohio.
I'm sure.
But Missy was really gracious and used the edited version, and so we didn't. And on set, we were kept separately. You know, we had to do our 3 hours of school legally. And
oh wow!
Yeah, so it was a fully functioning, healthy set.
Wow.
And she's so sincere about. I mean, she's so genuine as a human. She inspires me a lot. So.
Yeah, because you did a tribute to her that got. I saw that I remember seeing that when it came out, and it was great. You're a dancer. So what did she say to you about that? Did she see it and did she say anything to you?
She did. She responded within the first couple hours of it being live, and she thanked us for making it and congratulated us on a job well done. And really, I knew then and there, like my job was complete. Because while I'm absolutely blown away by the response worldwide, really the sole goal was to honor her and to say thank you for helping launch my career. And now look, at me 12 years later, still going.
Yeah, because longevity, that's what you want.
Yes.
That's what we all want. This kind of crazy business that's not, sometimes not kosher.
It's not common, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people kind of soar and then fall, and a lot of mountain peaks, a lot of valleys, which is also a totally fine path, but it's just not one that I've been on.
You want the nice and steady, don't you? It seems like.
Yeah, it would be nice to catch some cool breaks, but then you realize that no one's going to do it for you, and that's kind of what the song was about. It was me saying, I'm not going to wait for an opportunity anymore to have some door open by some other person who doesn't believe in me. I'm going to make the door, I'm going to unlock the door, and I'm going to kick it down and open it myself.
That's right. You should, too, because nowadays, people are doing that now. You came at the right time, I think.
I hope so.
Now with YouTube and, you can get an iPhone, make a movie. I mean, it's just so, nowadays there's no excuse to do it yourself.
Right. And I think you become a different kind of content creator, and so it carves a different path, and that's a choice I have to make because I grew up in traditional media, and so now blending careers almost into this like hybrid of new media and traditional is sort of weird, but I'm finding it very fortuitous.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite words.
Oh, good.
Like fortuitous. I try to put it in any sense I can.
Well,
it doesn't make sense all the time, but I love it.
Did I use it correctly?
You did fine.
Great.
It meant me. No, the thing is, okay, so you are a triple threat because you're a dancer, singer, and you're an actress. Or to say actor, you're an actor. So what came first?
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what came first?
I started dancing when I was 3 in Ohio.
Wow. Okay.
Because I wanted to be like my older sister.
Go Ohio.
Yeah, Toledo.
Just talk about it.
And then I started acting and singing at 7 and about 12, 13. And it's because I landed several roles where I had to sing on camera. And so it put me under fire and under pressure to learn the skill. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I've actually been writing music my whole life. I just never thought I'd have the voice to sing along to it.
Wow.
And as the story goes, I got to training and got to work with some really incredible people.
We're going to talk about that. Yes, you have. What's really funny is with dancing, I've interviewed many dancers who have gone on to act or sing or direct. Because dancing, you are acting, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
For the most part.
All of art is storytelling, right? It's documenting a human moment and a human experience. And I'm grateful that they all sort of help me. Doing one kind of helps the other, but really it's a full-bodied commitment no matter where you are. Even if I'm on stage singing, that's if I'm not connected and grounded in the emotion, then you're missing out on something you could see. So
staying present.
Absolutely. That's everything.
I totally agree with that. In acting, in interviewing, in life, everything. Being present.
Yes.
Being an active listener.
Yes.
It's very people can't do it sometimes. They don't know how.
They don't know how. I don't think it's promoted much in our culture anyway, but man, if you can learn the importance of being mindful and self-aware and conscious, just being consciously aware of the moment, it transforms your life. It creates a new space for you to grow and for you to listen and hear other people better. aside from your own filters.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you are wiser than I am. I'm like to be your grandfather.
No,
you're so wise.
You
I love
are
it.
bringing it out of me.
Oh, good. We're working it together. So when you were dancing, what kind of feelings do you get when you dance?
Can I be honest?
Please tell me.
So until about 3 years ago, 0.
Interesting.
I danced around the world and on stages in front of thousands of people, and I loved the adrenaline rush, and I loved performing and executing as perfectly as possible. Okay. But I now, because of some incredible movers in this beautiful dance community here in LA and around the world, I have been shown this underground freestyle world that's it's about the origin of the dance. It's about the soul. It's about it's about the feeling. It's about being present, and it has transformed my experience as a dancer. And now that's what I'm wanting to document when I make, the video like Woman. It was, hey, I'm learning new styles, and this is choreographed. That's great. The choreographers are astounding.
I'm sure.
But really, it's about the value of the movement. It's not just doing the steps. It's doing the move. And there's a difference, and I didn't know that for several years.
That's very interesting.
So I feel like I'm rediscovering my passion all over again.
How exciting is that?
It's a gift. It's a total gift.
And what a great lesson that you can still learn new things, have epiphanies throughout life. It doesn't end at a certain age or just like a certain time.
Yeah, the best thing I've learned these past 3 years is that I don't know anything.
I know that too, girl. I understand. I don't know anything either. That's great. It's a great thing.
It's a wonderful place to be. Mm-hmm. It helps helps you unlearn some of the things that maybe kept you a little rigid and in your own box. So
now, when you're doing your songs, do you imagine like the dance moves with it while you're writing a song or creating a song? Like when you're doing Woman, did you think did it come into play because you're a dancer? Did it come to play at all when you do songs?
It's really cool. My producer Rob and I have a really neat relationship in that it's very collaborative from start to finish. So it's not, hey, I have this idea, make a beat, I'll write words. We actually start instrument by instrument, and we focus on the spine of the track, which is to us the drums, the percussion.
Yes, it is. Yes.
As a mover, I need to know what the rhythm is going to be. And I'll dance in the studio as he does different things with a drum kit, and then we'll select that, and then we'll go instrument by instrument, and I will literally feel it out and see, okay, that's bringing up this emotion. What if we went this way thematically? Oh, that inspires you with it. It's very back and forth.
Wow.
But it's really great because it kind of reminds me of what I imagine, like the Jacksons.
I was just gonna say that.
Quincy. It's like this is totally what Michael was doing in the studio.
Probably.
Like, some of those sounds that are layered in the back of his production, no one can even know what they're hearing, but he knows that it's adding the texture.
He has a very multi-layered recorder. I mean, his songs, you can still hear something. You hear something new. You're like, oh, that's way back there.
And you can find, thank God for YouTube. I love that, and for hackers, I guess, who found the files of Michael's studio sessions or leaked them, because I warm up to his voice sometimes. He has a Seth Riggs vocal lesson with Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And I will warm up with Michael Jackson in my ear. That doesn't get much better than that.
So I got people watching right now, and let's make sure I say this name correctly. Boo69Bs says, my birthday is the same day as Alyson's.
Oh, yay. Happy birthday early.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But it's almost like our half birthday just passed in February.
So. When's your birthday?
The 11th of August.
Yeah, you're about halfway point.
Yeah.
You're about halfway. So half birthdays are good. And Maury de la Rosa has a smiley face towards you.
De la Rosa.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful smiles. De la Rosa reminds me that I'm learning Spanish currently.
I know, your accent's really better than mine. I'm half Spanish. Your accent's way better than mine. You're way better than mine.
I have a long way to go. So far, I know how to say I need food. Or no, not even I need. I want food.
I want food. Yo quiero comida?
Yes.
You got it?
Comer. To eat. I want to eat.
Okay. You want to eat.
I want to eat something. Algo.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Wow. So you're learning Spanish just to broaden your horizon, or?
Actually, I just got back from El Salvador.
Ooh,
with,
wow.
An amazing group, iPro Life organization.
Oh, wow.
And we're plugged into the community, and we're just there to serve the community's needs. And I found that there was just enough of a disconnect needing a translator that I wanted to be able to speak their language. So next time we're there visiting, we can hear their stories firsthand, and I can talk directly to them.
Yeah.
So it's really about the travels that I hope to do. And if I get to tour with my music, I want to be able to communicate with all of my fans who speak Spanish, speak other languages.
What if we did like a Spanish version of Woman?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I know. Artists do that sometimes.
Oh, they do, and that's a great idea. And if I mean, from our lips to God's ears, if I get to tour, you know, in Brazil or wherever in South America, absolutely.
You will.
Great, good.
Anything I say here on this set with me, it happens.
Great, okay.
It's going to happen.
Well, I also just won the lottery. Did you hear?
Oh my God, we're rich?
Yes!
Oh, you saw I said we. We're rich? Okay, I love that.
You get a cut because it happens here.
Why, thank you. Well, there's a few things I want. I won't say it on screen just yet.
Quiero.
Oh, so, okay.
Quiero.
I get it, exactly. KJ Edison says you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Veronica 4382 says, will you do another Step Up movie? They done like $1 million over this point.
Veronica, you said?
Yes.
Yo, V, baby girl, we have made 5 of those movies. I don't know what else you want to see happen story-wise, but conceptually, we are dance battled out.
I've seen all 5 of them too.
Until like we're having children, I guess.
I guess right.
Little baby dancers who are now so dope, little kids.
Oh, they can dance.
Viral dance videos.
Oh yeah, they can dance. I'm like, that could be Step Up 6.
Oh gosh, I wanted Step Up 5 to be called Step Down, Take a 5.
She's a producer too. She's creating stuff.
Yeah,
She's a
but
producer.
the company didn't like my idea. They actually didn't hear it. They would have used it.
So, Brian falling with style. What themes should you look forward to in your addressing your upcoming music? That's a good question, actually.
What themes
in your music is coming? Because this is Woman. You have other songs you've done. I mean, like, what kind of themes are you addressing?
Yes, for Brian, you might be a man. I'm not going to assume anything, but you might not want to sing along to a song called Woman. And let me tell you, there is music coming for you.
Oh, good.
What I love is that every moment in life can be made into an artistic expression. So I'm actually exploring some themes that I've, either been under contract that I can't talk about,
okay, that's fine. Okay.
or they're just deeply personal experiences. Sometimes they're lighthearted moments. But my next song after Woman.
Okay. Ooh, I love it. She's giggling. I love it. Okay, let's go. I'm all ears.
I mean, I know that it's going to start some conversations because it's very open to interpretation. But I know exactly why I wrote it, and it's very honest, and there's a great story behind it. I don't know if everyone's going to hear my story, but they will definitely have their own story to it.
Then how do you prepare for that? Like when you release something, because releasing anything, period, it's like your baby, and you're presenting it to the world. Anybody can say anything, of course. So when you present something that is could be slightly controversial or create conversation, how do you prepare yourself for that?
I'm going through that a lot now because I'm finding that all of my songs are probably going to upset someone.
Wow.
Even women, people who are anti-feminist or people who are who think it's misrepresenting feminism when the song was actually not about feminism. It was about my journey, and I'm female, so the song's called Woman.
Right.
Yes. But thanks for reading into it how you wanted to and assuming. Anyways, beside the point. But what I'm finding is if I dedicate my full self as honestly as possible to creating this song, then by the time I release it, I actually am so overjoyed and so full and satisfied artistically that, I mean, I always hear the imperfections, but but I kind of don't care how it's received, and that's so liberating. I want people to be inspired by it and positively affected, or even negatively affected, and that turns into something positive, whatever. All of that is going to happen, but my value and my worth is just not in how it's received. It's in the fact that, man, I committed to this fully, and it's me. No matter what anyone says or thinks about it, I know that I can forever look back and say, wow, that really perfectly documented that moment in my life.
You can stand behind it.
Yeah,
putting out work you can stand behind.
I can stand behind it as being where I was in that moment, and it's also not where I have to be tomorrow or the next day. And leaving room for just giving yourself a ton of space artistically to evolve, I think is like the best way to face when people hate on one song but they love you for another. You're like, yeah, and you're gonna hate the next one and you're gonna like the one after that.
Right.
I can't please you, but I'm not making it for your approval. I'm making it to affect you. And if it affects you, however it affects you is not in my control.
Do you watch yourself when you're do you watch your own movies? Do you watch your videos? Do you look at yourself?
I watch my material through a couple different viewpoints.
Okay.
I watch it as a producer and someone who's in charge of my own career and has a team, and we have to say, hey, was this effective? Do we need to do something a little bit different next time? I watch it as a viewer, as a consumer. Is this entertaining? Was I moved? Does this story move me? Did I capture that moment how I wanted? I watch it as a self-critical actress and vocalist and dancer. And I think it's nice to be able to watch it from a lot of different angles.
Yeah.
But I try not to. I used to obsess over it, and what I actually love about the Woman music video is I put the most time into pre-production of any video with that video. And after I released it, I've only checked the views once.
There's a lot.
That's cool. I mean, that's wonderful.
You say there's a lot, girl. There's a lot of views.
I want people to watch it, and but like, man, I was so thrilled that we made it through and survived that 12-hour shoot day that I'm like, all right, I'm good. Got a great team editing it. Yeah. I'm happy with it. It's out in the world. Let it fly. Yeah. Let it sink. Let it...
Whatever it does, right?
Whatever it does. Get out of there. I'm moving on. Next song.
What's funny is no matter what happens, it's going to happen. I mean, it's like one of those profound, unprofound statements, but it's like it's really the truth. It's like just whatever's going to happen, and you'll survive either way.
Yeah, and everybody is going to have a different reality about your music and about everyone's gonna have a different response to it.
Since you've been in different, because when I announced that I was doing an interview with you on my just regular page, and my friends were like, oh my god, I love her, I loved her in this, I loved her in that, I loved her in this, and they were talking. You've done so many different things. What are fans like when you see, like when you're shopping or at the store? I mean, like, do they say you're that girl, and or do they know who you are? Or, like, how is it usually?
Yeah, if they recognize me, I never know what it's going to be from.
I'm sure.
I love to be surprised.
I'm sure.
Like an old grandfather comes up and he's like, hey, I love your work with Missy Elliott. And then a young kid comes up and they're like, wow, we loved you on House. And you're I wasn't expecting that. I have to say, I mean, people...
Been generally nice.
Yeah, I can't really even... Maybe I'm blocking it out of my memory, but I don't really recall someone ever being super rude in person. I mean, I get plenty of hate in other ways.
We all do.
Yeah, but people are generally. It kind of feels like we're already old friends. Yeah, sure. They're like, "Hey, we grew up with you," and so I'm kind of like, "Hey, I don't know you personally yet, but like, how was it? And like, who are you and where are you from? Let me get to know you." Yeah. Whenever I meet someone who calls themselves a fan, for me, I view it as an opportunity to learn about another human. I'm not really focused on them, focused on me.
Right, no, right.
And it leaves you thinking like, wow, I just met another person that I might not have, because me as an introvert walking down the street, I'm not like, oh, hey, everyone, I volunteer.
Hi, Alyson Stoner. It's me. Yeah, you don't do all that, I'm sure.
I'm kind of like shy socially in that regard anyway. Yeah. So it's cool. It's human.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, just these like little quick fire questions.
Great.
Because you have done so much, so I asked the fans, and people are asking things in here too.
Oh, cool.
Okay, Steve Martin.
Yes? What about him?
But tell me a few things about him. What was great about him? She Brother Dozen movies.
He was quite serious because his dog was very sick on the first movie, first or second. And but I fun fact about him, his assistant Don, yes, positions his bike for him to ride from the trailer to set. And so he gets off the bike, Don flips the direction. So when Steve comes back out, his bike is ready for him to get on.
Oh, I love it.
Even if it's 20 feet away. And he's more like comatose than I thought.
How funny.
Very intelligent. Yeah, and same with Bonnie Hunt.
I was going to say, I love me some Bonnie Hunt, so I was going to ask
you. She's the most gracious human being in the world.
She had a talk show for a while. I was like, I wish it lasted longer. I loved her talk show. Because she seems so genuine. She's talented and just so genuine she seems.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, just to give you an example of her character, one of the dozen kids.
And there's a bunch of you guys. Yeah,
one of us got a really bad dog bite on set,
Ooh,
and
nice.
it ripped out a chunk of her arm. And
Oh
Bonnie,
my God.
instead of being like, all right, let's get you to the medic, said, we're stopping the set because I used to be a nurse. I'm going to personally take you to the hospital, make sure everything is okay. Like, you are one of my kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I know that that's expensive for
Yeah.
Fox Studios, but you know what, Fox?
Yeah.
This little kid's arm
Was chopped
had, like,
off a little
priorities.
bit. Yes. Well, that's really nice, sweet of her. Channing Tatum. Gotta ask about that.
He's also so genuine. What I love about Channing is whoever is in the room, he's rooting for you.
Oh, how
Like,
fun.
he's
Okay.
rooting for everyone in the room. He's rooting for your best. He wants to draw out your best.
Wow.
He's totally cool with being a team player, even though he's
Channing.
normally the
Yeah.
the star of the show, but he just doesn't give off any ego at all. And his family was on set watching when we were filming the first Step Up, and that just like was such a testimony to who he is.
I mean, great dancer too. I mean, like,
Yeah.
incredible dancer.
And I had never been exposed to like street styles or someone who
Oh, okay.
freestyles, so
Okay.
I was a little like, oh, is he gonna pull through? Like, can he learn these moves? But he worked really hard, was very diligent, very focused, and delivered.
Wow. Oh, you talked a little bit about her, but Missy Elliott, what does she
Yeah.
what does she mean to you?
I'll never be able to say thank you enough. I'll never be able to pay her back. It's Missy. It's also her team. It's her vision. It's timing. It's so many things in one. But she has been nothing but a consistent soul in all of the stages of her career. I've only heard that she is the same human she was
She seems like it.
from the get-go, and that's a huge example for me.
Yeah. Aren't you glad she's back? I'm so glad she's back and like
Yeah.
doing things again with everybody out in the public again. I love it.
And a lot of my friends are dancing with her, so
Oh, that's cool.
I get to hear about how rehearsals are going, and
Wow.
yeah.
Now, like I said before the show, you were on Phineas and Ferb. You were Isabella.
Yes.
And can you say, I mean, I know it's been a while for
Oh, gosh.
you. Can you say what you're doing?
I haven't done this voice in so long. Oh my gosh, people who are fans of the show, I'm so sorry.
God, I love it.
You're gonna get a really bad. I'm like,
Well,
okay.
they're ready. That's what they're ready.
Hey, Phineas, what you doing?
Oh, my voice has changed.
But it's still, I loved it. I still loved it. I loved it. Oh my God. You still
Oh
took me
my
back there.
gosh,
I seriously had tears in my eyes on the last episode. Because the summer was over.
I
When
know.
the summer to go back to school, the summer's over.
We cried, and of
You guys
course
did?
we knew several months before it was released
Yeah.
because we weren't recording anymore, and we were watching the episodes trickle down to
Oh,
the
my
final one,
God.
and then the whole cast and the crew got together to watch the last
Oh,
episode.
you guys did.
Yes.
Now, did you guys all record together, or did you guys do your parts separately? Because I know in those kind of cases,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
So I do several shows, and for Young Justice we did a group recording,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but for Phineas it was predominantly solo.
Yeah, I figured.
But you know, we would purposely show up to sessions early and stay late so we could overlap.
Aw.
It's the best cast.
Oh, I know. Hello. I mean, the lead guy. I forgot what else he does, and I'm like,
Vincent.
yeah, and I'm like, I know him from Blank, you know, in action.
Everybody Hates Chris. And
Yes,
he
exactly.
did The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
and-
was like, oh my God, he's so great, and,
Yeah.
and of course we know our girl who played Candace,
yeah, Ashley.
who just never caught a break.
I mean, right, exactly.
It's something that's she almost caught a break. She almost had it, and then it didn't work
And
out.
then it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. So
Yep.
yes. So and she's gone. Of course, you know who she is. She's gone to things too. And how is she? Because you said you worked with her a couple of times. I guess kind of. seen her a
Yeah,
few times.
I've actually worked with. I've known Ashley a little bit better than some of the other cast members because we did Sweet Life and
Yeah.
we were in the Disney bunch, and then we had mutual
Yeah.
friends. I hope she's doing well. I
Yeah,
haven't
she's-
spoken to her
she's doing
recently,
fine.
but yeah, she's dipping her toes into a lot of different
Yeah, she is.
different areas, and that's again an example for me to learn from.
How was the Disney family for you?
I think you are going to get whatever you get wherever you are.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
And so I have nothing but, well, not nothing. I have mostly really positive memories. There are some rough patches,
I'm sure.
but that's life.
Yeah.
And with anything, there's sort of the risk, there's the sacrifice, there's the upside and the downside. So I felt like Disney offered a wholesome, family-friendly place to make content for kids while my career was growing, but
Yeah.
also my mom wanted me to be able to go to regular school and stay
Yeah.
on my basketball team, and
Yeah.
so I got a little bit of normalcy in there still, And then you get older, and I mean, you watch all of our careers develop, and people go tons of different ways, but there's no right or wrong. I've been so glad to see how everybody has changed and grown and who they've become, and honestly, now that I'm pursuing my own career a little bit more fervently musically, I understand more about what they were going through as the lead of a show or with different pressures. So I have a lot more compassion. I mean, I always had compassion.
I'm not even worried about you. Like, the transition is already happening. You're good. You have a good head on your shoulders. I'm not even worried. You'll be fine.
I mean, you're gonna think I'm going crazy with some of the stuff that I'm.
No, you're good, girl. A little crazy's fine. 17978C says, I'm a fan. Just want to congratulate you on your work both in music and voicing Isabella in Phineas and Ferb. Congrats from Spain, from a young elementary teacher.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's great.
Oh, that's wonderful. And thank you so much for what you do daily for kids.
They do God's work.
Yes. I mean, that takes a lot of energy. I know it does. I teach kids dance, and I get to send them home to their parents after an hour and a half. I'm hopefully working on a project that's about emotional intelligence as well as EQ and IQ. And so we're looking at educational programming, and I just commend you for your work. And I know that it can probably get to be quite the hassle, but thank you for raising us, the next generation.
Right. Chainsaw Charlie, too, says, long time, some of these interesting names in the chat room. So, long time fan here. Aww. Love how you had the courage to stay true to yourself.
Thanks. Thank you. I don't know if Chainsaw Charlie is masculine or feminine.
No, either.
I know Charlie girls and Charlie boys.
Me too. So do I.
Yeah. But thank you. And it's messy and it's thrilling, and I didn't know that I was going to be faced with the decision whether I wanted to be true or not. I kind of thought I was already living truthfully until I discovered I was actually sort of a shell of my own self. So thank you for that. That means a lot and makes me get a little choked up. I'm glad it's shining through.
It is coming through. I can feel it right now. It's coming through. Seriously.
Yay.
Tom Welling, how's working with him? They want to know.
Okay. Fun story with Tom.
Tell us the story about Tom.
Yeah.
Superman.
So we did a press junket, and I had never etten caviar. I was, 9 or 10?
Okay.
Not many 10-year-olds eat caviar.
Not many.
On the daily. But Tom, being his fancy self, told me to try it, and it actually ended up making me throw up.
Oh, my God.
So then he felt really bad because I was, unable to do the interviews because I felt sick in the bathroom.
That bad?
Yeah.
It's just salted eggs or whatever.
I know. I mean, since then, I've dabbled in caviar a few more times in Japan.
Okay.
But, when someone presented you with it and was like, hey, this is disrespectful if you don't eat it.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
right.
like, okay, all right. Can't repeat Tom Welling. Can't repeat.
No, yes. I wanted to find out, because I was on House also. About season 4, I did an episode of House.
No way.
Yeah, that's our connection, I guess, there, too.
That's so cool.
What was I had a great time on it. What was your experience on there?
Same.
Yeah. Hugh Laurie was the bomb. At least Edelstein was the bomb. They both were so great.
I accidentally, he has, his trailer, and I wanted to respect, his privacy, but I didn't. I took the wrong path, so I ended up passing his trailer, and I saw inside, and I shouldn't say this out loud, but I saw a piano. He was playing piano.
Because he's a piano singer.
And a stack of books. Wow. I mean, 1,000 pages each. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he
and he stays in character the
whole
day.
time. I was so shocked because when I was on there, I'm like, the directors are talking, both are English, and they're speaking in English. They're speaking with English accents, and he's an American accent from sun up to sundown.
Even with his cane and the limp and everything.
I know.
But I loved it. And it was a hard. I mean, I don't know if you saw that episode. My episode was pretty rough. It was the parents had to decide which kid they wanted to save.
Oh, that was hell still for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
were you saved?
They didn't answer. You know what?
Interesting.
I heard. Gosh, I'm just spilling secrets here left and right.
Off the air now. I was gonna say,
I'm like, hey Charlie, remember when I was being truthful? Well, get a load of this one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, save me.
It's my fault.
Right? You draw it out of me.
All my guests, I draw it out of them. Tell me.
That's great.
Truth.
What were we talking about?
Look, I asked you, were you saved? Were you the child who was saved?
I heard that on network shows. Oh, I might be ruining it for you guys too. Anyways, I heard it on network television that if you let too many children die through injury or whatever natural causes per season, it's a little too depressing for the audience to bear, and they'll stop watching the show.
I believe that.
So for ratings, they left it ambiguous.
Well, you know, it's funny. A lot of soaps don't kill children.
Yeah.
They'll do a million miscarriages and all kind of stuff. But when it comes to actually, there might be like 5 or 6 cases in the last 20 years where they actually kill a kid.
Wow.
Like for some reason, they'll do everything else. They'll do rape, murder, and all that stuff. But for some reason,
psychological torture.
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to killing kids,
I
think there's a moratorium on like what they can do.
Great word.
So that makes those
fortuitous moratorium.
Yeah, we got it. So you brought it out to me.
Yeah.
But I think you're onto something. There is something about that where the whole
and you want to be able to be affected, but you also want to be able to live the rest of your life for the remainder of the night. And if you're watching that, I think it kind of takes you to a dark place.
So they didn't tell us. So funny. They didn't decide.
They didn't decide. I mean, I was on my what could have been my deathbed.
Yeah.
But even when my family asked, I didn't know how to answer because even I don't know if I made it.
Who was the other actress? You remember the actress?
The guy who played my brother. Cody Saint New.
Oh yeah, he's okay. So I just interviewed someone who's just worked with him. Her name is
cool.
Brittany Flatmo.
Okay.
I just interviewed her, and she did a video with him just recently.
Yeah. Okay. He's like stud muffin central.
Oh yeah, completely.
But he was playing. I believe he had muscular dystrophy in our episode.
Okay.
And so he was actually having to learn different mannerisms beforehand. He looks like a totally different person. Wow. I dare you to go find that footage.
I know. I'm like, hey, YouTube's everything's on YouTube. I love it. They also want to know, how's it feel being a role model?
Oh gosh.
What importance is that? I'll even go further. Do you feel like you are a role model simply because you are in the public eye, or do you not feel you have that kind of?
From what I observe, even from me looking up to other people, I think we assume that if you're in the public eye, you're like somehow an expert or more knowledgeable than the average person, and I am not. I am stumbling after.
I don't believe you. I think
stumbling
you are.
over everything, but I did learn early on that people are listening to what I say, and possibly even changing the course of their day based on what I recommend or suggest. So that's a responsibility, and it keeps me accountable and mindful. But then there's also this sense of like, all right, I've got to, if I want to leave any mark on the world, it's that I want to be honest, because that's the only persona and image I can uphold without like one day collapsing of exhaustion by carrying an image that's inauthentic. So I guess I want to, what is it like being a role model? It's scary. I'm not sure that I am one or that I would choose to be one, but I hope that if someone looks up to me, that I'm guiding them toward truth and light and goodness.
I like that. Great answer. I like that.
I hope.
And I like that. So with this, you have your song out now, and so what are some of the next steps coming up with your music? It's the happy place.
Yes.
What exciting things are coming up for you, Ms. Stoner?
So I have Woman that's out.
Yes.
But I'm going to be releasing new songs with videos.
Very good.
Leading up to an EP release.
Very good.
Probably around September, October-ish.
Okay. Very good.
And what I love is that each song is going to have its own like niche. I think it's gonna
distinct personality, probably. Each song has a distinct personality.
Yeah,
right?
sides of me.
Yeah.
And I don't have a name for my EP yet, so maybe y'all can add in some suggestions.
You guys in there, say something. Give some names.
Say something. I'm giving up on you. I'm not
giving
up on you.
That was quick. I like that.
Thank you.
But if you have suggestions, tweet them to her or whatever. Tell them what kind of suggestions
your suggestion is as good as mine. And it's thrown into the pot of options equally. Trust me.
I know that's actually a good way about life. People give you advice and stuff. You take it all in. You filter it and you use it could be just something you come up with. And
I mean, who am I except a sum of my experiences with other people and the million other people who have poured into me, like talk about going back to the role model thing. Like I'm only who I am because I've had leaders in my life, and I've had teachers. Thank you to the elementary school teacher. I've had adults, I've had friends, I've had people correct me, teach me, believe in me, and I'm just more a reflection of all of them.
My viewers know I'm a big fan of the village mentality. I always feel like we're part of the same village.
Oh, yes.
In many cultures back in the day, it's all the village. It's all the village. The elders to the kids. Everybody had a place in there. Community.
When I was in El Salvador, we were working in this church for one of the days, and what I loved about the way they did church there, the congregation, no matter who you are, what you believe, where you live, it is so cool when it feels like a family reunion coming together, and you feel the freshness and the vigor of the youth. You feel the tiredness of the middle-aged workforce, and you feel the wisdom and like the contemplative sort of patience of the elders, and it's this hodgepodge of energy and love and celebration of the different stages of life. I'm like, I wish the United States was a little more
I agree
community
completely
oriented. We're so individualistic.
We are.
And I'm like, I really have become who I am these last 3 years because I finally plugged into a community. Dang it!
Yes.
I was so alone for so long.
But isn't it funny, in America, it's almost celebrated. There's that one slot over there, and I'm going to get that one slot, and that's it. But why is there one slot? Why can't there be like 10 slots and we all go together?
Yeah, and I guess it's just being different parts of the same body. If we could just appreciate that everybody is absolutely equal. Everybody's absolutely equal. Every life is the same. I wish society reflected that a little more. There are hints of that emerging, and there are hints of the exact opposite happening, and I think it's a perpetual learning experience for all of us.
You said it perfectly. Brian Falling with Style says, as a man, he's a man, confirmed, he puts in quotes, I am proud to have enjoyed Woman to the point of having top comment on your video and winning the handwriting lyrics contest you did. Your work is more relevant than you know.
That makes
How's
me
that?
cry a little bit.
That's great. And so Brian is a guy. So
I know.
See, you never know.
And I know who you are.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Just revealed that.
And I'm getting emotional.
Oh, you're welcome to get emotional. Yes. But he's living in gratitude of you, and you're living in gratitude of him. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm so appreciative. Hello.
I love
Getting
that.
some real emotion here.
I love it. See, you're affecting both. You're affecting both sexes. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, and it's a mutual thing, Brian. So thank you.
That's great.
Thanks.
Someone wants to know: have you got any plans for a Christmas song or CD or anything?
I've recorded Christmas songs in the past.
How'd they go?
Christmas is coming. Oof! Don't release that one. Gonna dance in the rain one time. Those are not my lyrics. I can't say anything about it. But yeah, there's always room for holiday music. Yeah. And one of my favorite songs, "Oh Holy Night," I did like Celine Dion's rendition of it, but that was for a live performance. So maybe I'll put it to a microphone.
One day I want to do It's the Most Wonderful Time in the World. Christmas. We don't have time for Christmas. I want to do that at some point. Andy Williams' version is good, and so is Johnny Mathis's version. Like both versions.
I love Christmas
music.
Yeah, and I usually love like the soulful voices that get in there and dig deep.
Because you got some soul in you. I know you got it in there. It's in there.
It is. It's and it's coming out more and more. Yeah.
So what is it? Is it Toledo? Is it Ohio?
I don't know. I mean, no. Not because I was, 6 when I lived there.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess it's
so
not.
I didn't really know what soul meant, but
it's the rest of the country.
But you know what? I will say, actually, my mom and I grew up listening to Temptations and Motown. And my vocal coach, the same way I'm forever indebted to Missy, I am forever indebted to Nick Cooper.
Nick Cooper.
He used to tell people when they ask, what's your profession? He would say, I'm a garbage man. I take the trash out of people's lives.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And he wouldn't even have to explain that part of it
because
he didn't want to let people know, I'm actually Beyonce's vocal coach.
Oh, okay.
But he was so humble and so committed to serving his students, and he exposed me to India Ari and Rochelle Farrell.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, these voices are like
beautiful.
They're just
who should
tasty.
all be huge superstars than they are now. I mean, their names people know them, but they should even be bigger.
I know, but it's just a different ball game.
I know.
It's a
And
different
so
ballgame.
now with you, so what label are you? How's this all working out for you in terms of music? Because everything's changed nowadays.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
Have you seen the documentary Artifact?
No, I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. It's good.
You should watch that.
Okay.
I learned a lot. And the industry has changed a lot since then. I think that was 2012.
Yeah.
I'm independent right now.
Okay, good.
That's scary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
I just learned today
Yeah.
that I had to pay to play somewhere. When I thought they
wow.
were paying me to perform, I actually have to pay them. Yeah. So I'm just being real upfront. I know that's not how it always works. That's just this time.
It's this time. Okay, it's fine.
But it's hard. It's hard. I'd rather be brutally honest and then let my team, who's making comments on the side right now, tell me later that I shouldn't say this.
Here's like people know that the industry, what it does is it accentuates that you really want to be in this industry.
That's
what it
honestly,
says. That's what it
I've
says.
learned nothing more. I've learned nothing but how much I love what I do and how much I am willing to put in to see it to fruition. And hopefully, don't worry, I'll never say that again.
But this business,
they're so mad at me.
But no, this business is set up for us to fail. It really is. The business of Hollywood and also it's really set for me, you, all of us to fail. So for those of us who you have a positive attitude and you're making things happen and you're doing things on your own too, shows your dedication and that it's your calling basically.
Thank you. I hope so. I think so. That's what it feels like. And if it's not the case, then I'll learn from it when I get there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know no matter what, as I release music, and if, only Brian hears it, that's not only worth it, absolutely, and I don't mean that in a cliche way.
Yeah, no.
It absolutely is worth it, even for one moment. But I also know that I was learning and growing the whole time, so it was never a waste of time. No regrets.
No.
Yeah.
No regrets. You have no regrets anyway. Never.
I don't think so.
I always teach people I talk to always about forgiveness. You should forgive yourself always. And I had learned a great phrase. It was on Oprah, so I didn't think of it up myself. But it was like that forgiveness is giving up the past could be any different. Because you can't change the past.
Is giving up that the past
could be any different.
Yeah.
Because you can't redo the past. What's happen's happened.
It's so true.
So you just forgive it. Whatever happened, just let it go.
It's so true.
And
why are you tying yourself to a block of concrete?
Right.
You're trying to walk forward, but you're holding suitcases. What is that? The song by Dana. What's her name? Dana McLean, I think. Yeah. You can't go.
Just let it go.
When you're holding suitcases.
Nope.
It's a new day. Throw away your mistakes.
So what is? They were asking. Several were asking here. Any advice for somebody trying to get into the business as a kid? I want to give you that because that's tough when you're a kid.
Check in with your parents and what's their attitude about you getting into the business. They might have their own agenda, and this is a hard, very open-ended question. I would say, oh my gosh, don't do it, it's crazy. Yeah. But then what would happen if my parents never gave me the chance? So
I know what you mean.
Live it one day at a time. Pursue the art, pursue the craft, pursue the love. And if that's truly there, then where else do you want to be? Follow the vitality, and usually the path will illuminate. But be really open-minded to how many ways a career in the industry can unfold. Most people will never know that I'm the voice of a Leapfrog children's toy.
Right.
Or that I sing the jingle for Rascal Ranch Daycare Center in Arizona. But that was work, and that taught me something. I grew in it. It helps pay the bills. It's a part of the career. It's a part of it. So
true. I'm the voice for a radio podcast. I'm not even on. Yeah. It plays. It's just weird. You never know opportunities will come your direction.
Yeah.
When you're just open to the universe.
It's very true. And if you can get past measuring things as more or less successful, that really opens you up to some really cool experiences. It's not about like just climbing and defining it as, oh, now you're an A-list celebrity movie star. You might find that the show you wanted to be on was actually a much smaller syndicated thing, but it's exactly where you want to be.
We have to end it there. You are seriously one of the smartest young women I've ever had the pleasure of interviewing.
Oh my goodness.
I mean that also not just in but in book smart, but like you're smart in just the way your mentality is, and that's going to carry you very far.
I hope so. And if it doesn't, can you pick me up?
I will.
Okay.
I'll come find you.
I mean that. It takes a village.
It takes a village. You're part of my village now, and I'm part of yours.
Yes.
So definitely, but I'm gonna be looking for more big things from you.
I appreciate that, and likewise.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope we get to do another show together.
Yes, we're gonna do another show, everybody. Another show.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk another show
After we
people.
win the lottery for the second time.
Oh my God, I'd love to. God, I want that big house with the garden. Thank you, Miss Allison.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And that was another edition of the concert experience here on AfterBuzz TV. Tell people on that camera where they can actually find you.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat at Alyson Stoner, Alyson. Alyson Stoner. Wow. Hello. It's been a long day. And youtube.com/TheRealAlyson Stoner.
That's right. And you can follow me at Twitter at something that's implied on Twitter. Black Hope LA, and then James Lott Jr. or whoever else. And we'll see you next time.
Yay.
Hey.
ALY.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Great.
Well, thank you.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.